Whatever, shit, Timus here. Since Avatar: Way of Water, which is technically out in tonight, but I'm gonna be seeing it tomorrow. With Avatar: The Way of Water premiering tomorrow, I decided to go all the way back to 2009 and do my review for the first Avatar film. Now, Avatar, which got released all the way back on December 18th, 2009, was a massive hit. Pretty much making a billion at the box office, making about 2.923 billion at the worldwide box office. I remember when this Avatar got released. I did not really knew too much about Avatar because I did not really knew much about going in. I did see the trailer prior, and I knew James Cameron was working on some sort of sci-fi film, but I didn't really knew too much about it. And this movie, of course, got released all the way back in 2009. By the way, like I've already mentioned this, but I was a senior in high school when this film was released. That's literally how old this movie is. And I gotta say, I love the original Avatar. It was one of my favorite movies of 2009. James Cameron, I mean, what he was able to do with this film is remarkable. Of course, this is a guy, prior to Avatar, this is a guy who gave us stuff like The Terminator, Terminator 2, True Lies, Titanic. I mean, Avatar was literally, believe it or not, the first Avatar was James Cameron's first ever film since Titanic, and that was like back in 1997. So it was a long wait for his next film here, and he was actually working on this movie for years. And the effects in this thing, one of the most visual, gorgeous effects I have ever witnessed. I just, of course, rewatched the movie in IMAX 3D this past September, and the movie still holds up. Like the effects and 3D aspect is remarkable. It is terrific to watch. Great cast here. You had Sam Worthington as Jake Sully, Zoe Saldana. Of course, at the time was a really cool year for Zoe Saldana because prior she also did Star Trek at the same time too, and of course she will go on to do Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, talk about a real major franchise Viagra there. If you guys don't really know much about the story here, you know, uh, you know, if, um, the film is set like in the mid 22nd century when like humans are colonized Pandora and a lush habitable moon of a gas giant in the Alpha Centauri star system, and in order to mine the valuable mineral automatum, the expansion of the mining colony threatens the continued existence of a local tribe of Navi, who's a humanoid species of Indonesia's to Pandora. And of course, Sam Warrington plays a human, Jake Sully. Then, of course, he of course, his avatar, becomes his avatar, was for Natari, who's the daughter of the leaders here. And of course, you also had Sigourney Weaver's, was also in this. Michelle Rodriguez was in this as well. I mean, it had a real, Stephen Lang, or as he likes to be called, Slang, playing Colonel Miles Quattros, and he was a great villain. Like, I love Stephen Lang in this. I mean, the guy, I believe, I can't remember how old he was at the time, but man, this guy is pretty buff for his age, and he is so great in this, playing the villain. I mean, this is just a remarkable storytelling. It's beautiful to watch. The 3D aspect, say what you want about 3D and how gimmicky it is, you can't deny that this movie is worth watching in 3D. I mean, it is just like this movie. There's been 3D films before Avatar. I would say, but I feel like Avatar really reinvented the 3D genre, the 3D suburb, and James Cameron did it perfectly. I mean, the effects in this thing is just remarkable. What James Cameron was able to do and accomplish with this film is just terrific. I mean, it's a really remarkable film worth checking out. Of course, it scored lots of Oscar nominations, including Best Picture, Best Director. It won for like art direction, cinematography, best visual effects, and of course, it's been years since Avatar. So, and we do got Avatar: Way of Water coming out tomorrow. So technically today, but the actual release date is tomorrow. But that aside, I'm so pumped to see this, and hopefully hoping for some great stuff about Way of the Water. I will do my review for that when I see it. Anyway, let me lead you guys. What are your thoughts on the original Avatar? Were you ever a fan of it? Were you not a fan of it? Favorite scenes, favorite moments? Yeah, are you still for Way of the Water? And drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Simon signing out.